Now from the riverfront of the Ohio, sellout crowd has arrived at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. Mike Tirico, alongside Greg Olsen and Jason Myers, has us set to get started. And we are underway at Paycor Stadium. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Going to get a stoppage here. We have an injured Bengal on the field. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll run it for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. From 29, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Darnold. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and I'll tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Darnold to throw. He'll get this one out to his fullback. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Darnold to the air once more. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
Oh, the defense beats him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Now some movement up front, and we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. Jaguars ready to punt this one away. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. They'll go play action here with Shutt. He'll take a shot for Watson. And this is too far out in front. That was incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a second down. They'll run it for the first time with Case Brown. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
That's good for a Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On play action, it's Shutt.
The first down pass. Tackled back at the 41-yard line.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Shutt. They'll set up the screen to Brown. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
It's a gain of 28.
They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
First down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
On first down, Shutt. Now a screen set up for Etienne. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 4. A carry here for Brown. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Here is Shutt. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Forced the incomplete, brings up 4th down. And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays out.
Now he's loose down the right sideline, and he will go all the way. Touchdown, Jaguars. That's his 8th touchdown of the season.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's Brown. Nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play. From the 41, here's 2nd and 4. operating out of the gun. This is Shuck. Trying to make a play out of the pocket. Couldn't do it. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Wiggins. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
First down. A gain of 15. First down, Jaguars.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Jameson Williams. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Jaguars move out on top. 14-0.
Bengals nothing. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Go right here with Brown. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. It's Bengals football here to begin the second quarter. They've got a 2nd and 8 coming up. Now Shuck. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
So these screenplays, they always seem so commonplace. They seem a little bit routine, right, Mike? But really, for them to work, there's a huge, significant timing element to it where the offensive line, the back, you can't be downfield too early, but you can't go too late. There's so many reps and reps that allow certain teams to be really good at the screen game and allow certain teams to just never really get their screen game off the ground. And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down.
Oh, look at this. It's a fake. This is caught. And they will finally bring him down, but what a call there. The fake works. Big yardage and the first down.
They pulled out all the stops on that fake, Mike, and it's one thing to call that in practice. But then to have the guts to call that and execute it in a real game, I mean, that takes some real confidence, and it worked out to perfection, and just an incredible play all around.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
Buffalo 18! Trap 60! Trap 60!
Off the play fake, here's Shuck.
The 2nd down. The tackle made back at the 48-yard line.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down.
Let's go! Nike 18!
From the gun, it's Shuck. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. Call it a gain of 13. It's a Cincinnati first down.
third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Now Brown. And a strong first down run. Pick up of 9. Setting up second and short.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
In this situation, Mike, I'd love to see the play caller take advantage of second and short. Typically, this is one of the best opportunities to take a play action, deep shot down the field, knowing you still have third down and potentially fourth down to pick up the remaining yards. In this case, they go quarterback sneak, they convert, but I think they left a little bit on the table.
Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Pass, go.
Throwing is shot. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
That is a gain of 20. What a chance now. 1st and goal coming up. Here's a run. Trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
They'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. On the ground, it's the tight end. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1. Setting up 3rd and goal.
And I really like the play call, especially given this situation. But remember, these defensive players, they get paid too. So even though it's maybe something they weren't necessarily prepared all week.
And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
That is incomplete, and the 2-point conversion is unsuccessful. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. Room to run past midfield. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And he will score. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Jaguars. That touchdown puts him in double digits. Now 10 rushing touchdowns on the season.
The kick is good. Makes the score Jaguars 21, Bengals 6. Chris Boswell set
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On the ground, it's Brown. Good run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Off the play there. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. 3rd down and 9.
A 4-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd and 9.
On play action, he'll set up to throw, and that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete.
Now, how about this? It's a fake. This will be caught, and he is out of bounds, but the fake worked, picking up the 1st down.
The punter's walking off the field feeling pretty good about himself after that one, and rightfully so. I mean, to get the opportunity not only to earn the trust of your coach to call that play, but then to be able to execute it to perfection.
A big hole. And he will go all the way. Darius Slayton, touchdown Bengals. His 4th TD grab of the season. They'll run for it with Brown. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They mark him short. The tries for 2 unsuccessful. Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. On 1st down, it's Swift. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. Darnold to throw on 2nd down. He's got the hook up to Mike Gesicki. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. The stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the 1st half clock.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
So I don't hate this call, Mike. You think it's 3rd and short, everyone's at or near the line of scrimmage. There's a lot of green grass downfield in the passing game. Traditionally, though, I'm a little more comfortable with this call when you've made the decision that even if it falls incomplete, you're going for it on 4th down. So I don't love 3rd and short bomb punt. I do love 3rd and short, okay, you failed, I'm going to go for it on 4th down.
Now a timeout for Jacksonville. They're 2nd as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this 1st half. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To throw again is Darnold. Forced out wide. That is caught at the 3. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this 2nd quarter. Here's Darnold again. He puts it up, and it's caught. Mike Gesicki. Touchdown, Jacksonville. On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it. And the Jaguars add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
35-yard drive.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson. brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. We have hit halftime. You'll take a quick break, come back, second half of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
Go track. Ready.
Here's a run to begin this third quarter. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. So, from 37, here's 2nd and 8. Now, faking the give, and for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Wiggins. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown.
Yeah, that's just a mistake by this quarterback, Mike. That's just really inexcusable. You can't continue to push your luck. And at a level like this, against defenders this good, you continue to put the ball in harm's way, eventually, they're going to make you pay.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Okay, ready. Ready.
Drive and start on the ground. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
It's a gain of 9.
Chuck to throw on 2nd down. We'll find ground out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A pickup there of 28 yards. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw is shut. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Drew Tranquil.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
What's up? The lady.
They'll run. It's Swift. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Here's Darnold. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike, but listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays. Stay ahead of the chains.
Flush to his right. That's into the hands of Gesicki. He's got it. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the 1st down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. You can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it'll put you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack.
Oh, he tried to throw it back across his body, but it's intercepted. A big play for the defense to get on the board. Quarterback trying to keep that play going. Instead, sees it go back the other way.
And the quarterback's doing a nice job of keeping his eyes down the field, but he doesn't sense the pressure. And I think that pressure, Mike, is what caused that errant pass. And not only does it lead to the turnover, but it leads to the pick six. I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He gets free inside the 20. And he's going to take this all the way back. 89 yards. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Greg, it is a beautiful thing to watch. 11 come together. We always focus on the return man, but the entire special teams unit paves the way for that score.
And all week, Mike, when you talk to this group, the coaches thought they had an advantage in the return game, and I think we can see why. They felt their scheme and their blockers was a great matchup against this kickoff unit, and in this case, it's very easy to see why.
Take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Shelton. He gets that complete downfield to Slayton. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that gets him a first down.
Let's go.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
19 tight. 19 tight.
On play action, it's Shuck. He'll take a shot for Watson. Oh, for the fifth time, he is intercepted. Picked off by Darian Porter. Here's a handoff, and Swift running right. Not much there, maybe a yard. They'll come up on a second down and 8.
It's second and 8.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. A pickup there of 19 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on first down. A pickup of 7. Ball on the 32. It's second and 2.
We go, son.
Another run here. Another run by Swift. And he'll get the first down there. A pickup of about 5 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. They'll come up here, first and 10.
Jaguars, first down.
Throwing, Darnold. He gets this one to Tucker. He's got room at the 30. And he's going to be brought down. 23 yards on that pass play. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Fourth quarter begins on the ground with Swift. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
And just like that, you go from 2nd and inches, where you think it's pretty much a given that you're going to move the chains, to now finding yourself in 3rd and 2 or 3. Great job by that defense. This completely changes this possession.
He'll try to run for it. He will stay in bounds to keep the clock moving as he goes down on his own.
That's such a deflating feeling for a defense here on 3rd and short. They've got great coverage, but they don't account for the quarterback picking it up with his legs. It's exactly what he's able to do here on the scramble. Fresh set of downs.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Darnold to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
And 3 yards to go.
They'll try to run for it. It's Swift.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
It's 4th down.
Oh, and now movement up front, trying to get the defense to jump. One of the offensive linemen moved instead. Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Boswell's kick is good. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here, let's go.
On 1st down, Shuck. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Drew Tranquill.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
A gain of 16 yards. And a Jaguar 1st down.
On the give, here's Swift. The hole closes quickly. They'll pick up about 3.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. That's going to be caught. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
A 49-yard attack.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jaguars will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. The ball comes out. And fortunately, he's able to get back on it. So not only will it not be a turnover, but in fact, the drive keeps going. It's a first down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Right back to him on first down. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Flag fake. The Jaguars have it.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
First and 10 now from the 36. Here's Swift.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that one.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. They'll go again with Swift. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And he's going to have the first down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here.
First down, Jaguars.
So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. The defense still has 3 timeouts. We'll see if they decide to use them here as the offense starts taking a knee. Second and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. Third and 11. So it is a win for our visitors, the Jaguars. And it is their 3rd consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olsen, for our entire team.